Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Godless Journey, and today we're going to take a look at the problem of evil.
Evil, actually. Dr. Evil.
As this is an atheist channel, you probably think you know where this conversation is going. But thanks to Twitter, I think this is probably going to go the opposite direction.
Very well. Where do I begin?
When I first left religion, during my initial research, I actually came across the problem of evil first. I had no idea what I was looking for, but when this came up, it kind of struck a chord, and it was by far the first time I had ever actually looked at things from a different point of view. After seeing that for the first time, it made perfect sense to me. How could such horrors in the world exist if God was all-powerful and all-loving? It was really the first time I thought critically about God's existence. A quick breakdown of the problem of evil kind of goes like this. If an omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent God exists, then evil does not. There is evil in the world, therefore an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent God does not exist. That's a really simple breakdown of the problem of evil. It's kind of problem of evil in a nutshell, if you would. I like to see the work. I like to see where it falls apart. So I found this kind of longer one that puts it in arguments and puts it forth in a logical syllogy. God exists. God is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent. An omnibenevolent being would want to prevent all evils. An omniscient being knows every way in which evil can come into existence and knows every way in which those evils can be prevented. An omnipotent being has the power to prevent that evil from coming into existence. A being who knows every way in which an evil can come into existence, who is able to prevent that evil from coming into existence, and who wants to do so, would prevent that evil from coming into existence. If there is an existent, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent God, then no evil exists. Evil obviously exists, so that poses the logical contradiction. As time went on and I began to think about it more critically, which I have a tendency to do, these aren't necessarily the greatest arguments against the existence of a God. Sure, they're great arguments against the existence of most of the gods in religion, but it doesn't necessarily rule out the existence of God. Firstly, it assumes that God is all-loving. It doesn't rule out the idea of a deistic God where he just kind of created everything and took his hands off and is watching us go. It also doesn't rule out the existence of a malevolent God who actually does want to see the chaos and destruction that we bring upon ourselves. In either case, these don't seem like gods that I really want to be worshiping. Anything that's going to cause harm or not prevent harm doesn't seem worthy of praise to me. Second point, and probably the weaker point, is that it assumes that we know what's best for us. We know what's good. We know what's evil. I've heard defenses of moral absolutes in a secular world as being that things that cause human flourishing are good and things that cause human harm are bad. Perhaps these tragedies, as we see it, are necessary for humankind, again, as a species to propagate. Flip side, though, is that if a God is all-knowing, he would know how to stop this from ever happening, and the best way for humans to flourish without that, which is why I say this is the weaker point of the two. So anyway, that's all I have at the moment for the problem of evil. I'm starting this as kind of a series on looking at both sides of an argument, essentially. I think that's important for us to better understand our own positions, as well as when we have discussions with others to understand their position as well. I think it's important to keep an open mind about all things and not necessarily be dogmatic in our own understanding. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you are interested. Leave a comment below as to why I suck at this, or why you think it's also important to take a look at both sides of an issue. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.